This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling, doing another episode of Boundary to Boundary, Colorado High School Wrestling. Today's guest is head coach Bryson Vasquez for the Resurrection Christian School. How's it going, Bryson?
Doing well, Tom. How you doing?
Good. As you know, we're taking shots at all the coaches. But what I mean of taking shots is getting interviews with all the coaches around the state and letting the wrestling community know the coaches, and that way it's well represented within all the classifications. So we'll just start the interview is, what was your wrestling background in your coaching career?
I started wrestling when I was 4 years old. I didn't win a lot that year, but I stuck it out and had fun doing it. Went to Loveland High School, graduated there in 2000. When I was there, I was a 4-time state placer, 2-time state champ, won it my sophomore and junior year. After that, went to University of Northern Colorado. I wrestled there for 2 years. College life wasn't really for me at the time, so after that, I joined the Marine Corps. And in 2004, I made the All-Marine wrestling team. I wrestled Greco there for them.
Yeah.
And I was an All-American there at the Junior FILA Nationals.
One thing I want to say is I want to thank you for your service in our military. Good thing that you did. Talk about college life. You said it wasn't for you. What wasn't for you about college?
I just wasn't mature enough at the time. I made a lot of silly and dumb mistakes and choices that I wish I could have taken back at the time. But moving forward, I corrected those and got some schooling done afterwards.
It was all a learning experience for you, then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What were the results of your team last year?
Well, we were a very young team. This is my second year coaching here. And so last year, I think we had a total of 15 kids, and out of those 15, we had 18. Out of those 15, or out of those 18, 15 of them were freshmen. So we had 2 sophomores and 1 junior. So we were very young. They wrestled hard. They worked really hard every day, and we ended up getting one down to state. Freshman Eddie Lemos, he'll be back with us this year, obviously. And so we had.
That was the first time for any wrestlers from the school going to states?
We've had qualifiers before, but we haven't had a state place or a state champ yet.
Okay. Everybody's in preseason mode. Seeing wrestling season starts November 18th. Have you done anything with the kids for preseason?
It's been a little hard. Being that we're a small school, we have a lot of multi-sport athletes here. And most of the team is football players, and right now they're still going into the playoffs. And I'm guessing they're going to get pretty deep, if not win the whole thing, because their football team's really tough here at the school.
Getting any of those football players onto the wrestling squad?
I've been working on it. I got friends that help coach the program here, and the head coach himself, Coach Van Winkle. He's a good guy, real supportive of wrestling, and talking to him several times throughout the summer, and he's been encouraging his guys to come out this year.
Hopefully you'll have a bigger squad.
I'd like to get a few more bigger bodies in the room. Last year we had a lot of the lower weights filled out, so we need to get those upper weights filled out this year.
Yeah. You've already mentioned that you had a large freshman group, so they're going to be sophomores, and then you're going to have 2 seniors on the team. So that's going over your returning members. Do you have any new kids coming in from the youth programs around, or any transfer kids?
I'm not sure about the transfers. I know we have a couple of kids that are homeschooled that'll be coming out this year. They're going to be tough kids. I can't think of their names right now. I know we have a couple of freshmen that did really well with the middle school program here last year. We're fortunate enough to have the middle school in the same school as the high school, and so I was able to watch a lot of the practices and see these kids that are coming in. And my dad, along with Dane Slankert, were the middle school coaches, and they did a good job bringing these kids, getting them ready for the high school level.
Yep, your dad's been around working with the Loveland club program and Loveland High School, so I'm sure his advice and his knowledge is helpful.
Absolutely, and it's helpful enough to where I just got done recruiting him this week to start our little kids program back up here at the school. So him and my brother Garrett are going to be running the kids program here.
So it's a complete family affair.
Yeah, so far it is.
Okay. What's your high school coaching staff look like?
Well, there's me, obviously, and then my assistants are Brian Lemos. I coached with him over at University High School for 2 years. I got to know him there. Love the way he coaches. He's got great rapport with all the kids. The kids love him. They listen to him and they respect him. He did well out in, I think he was a 1 or 2 time state champ in Oregon, and he also joined the Marine Corps and wrestled for them. And then we have Jared Spry. I wrestled with him at the University of Northern Colorado, got to know him there. He was a JUCO national placer there with them. So he comes in and helps out. And we got Coach Tim Baines, who's the offensive lineman coach here at the school. So he's working on getting those bigger bodies in here.
So you got a good crew of 4 coaches.
Yes.
Do you know what your season schedule looks like this year?
Yeah, it's pretty similar to last year. We added 1 tournament this year. We're going down to Pine Creek December 6th and 7th to the tournament down there. And so that's going to be an overnight one for us. And maybe give those football players a little bit more incentive to get on the mat sooner rather than later to sort of get down there to that tournament.
That's called Battle of
I can't remember what it's
Beach
called.
or Battle of the let's just call it Battle
of the something.
Battle of something. Okay. What are your season goals?
Last year, our goal was to get down to state, get somebody down there, and we made that happen. Like I said, because we were such a young team, I just wanted to get these guys experienced and get them more confident to be out there on the mat. Being a freshman varsity wrestler is not the easiest thing in the world. And so my main goal last year was get these guys their confidence and just get their get them realizing that they could be out there on the mat with anybody their age or older. So this year, our goal is to get a couple guys down there, get a few more down to state, and get a couple guys on that podium for sure.
Yeah. Okay. With them being freshmen and stuff, are you showing them some of the advanced moves, or how experienced are these freshmen?
So one of the things, I just met with the team yesterday, and one of the things that I went over with them, just talking to them, is, I'm not real big into weight cutting. If you need to lose a pound or 2, that's fine. But where I always made up for that difference when I was wrestling was in the weight room. And one of the quotes that I remember to this day was, when you're not working out, someone somewhere is, and when you meet, they're going to win. And I just kind of kept that with me, and we're trying to bring that mentality here, that it's not just what you do in the practice room, it's what you're going to do outside the practice room as well. So it's just the harder you work, the better it pays off.
Well, being a state champ yourself, so you do have the knowledge of what it takes to bring up that level, and hitting plateaus, and then going up the next level, and then hitting another plateau and going up the next level, and you can pass that on to the kids in the room.
Yeah, I mean, it's, wrestling's such an awesome sport. It's such an individual sport that everyone excels at different areas. And I was never the most technical wrestler.
You were just a beast on the mat.
I just, because I worked hard outside the wrestling room, I knew stepping on the mat that, I put in more time. And that's kind of the mentality I just want to instill here.
Yeah. I mean, you were very sportsmanship, because I've refereed you a few times and your brother a few times. So I know what style and mentality that you have, and if you can pass that on to your wrestlers, they should be able to go quite a bit in the state tournament or at the regional tournament.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be awesome. That's the goal.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time. This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling.
Thank you.